Thank you and good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. Today's date is Monday, February 2nd, 2006. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The Kansas Jayhawks who controlled the game on Saturday and managed to hold on, but one time led by 17 at half, 50-33. Richie Sanders scored 33, but the Hawks held down BYU's best player. A.J. DeBonsa only scored 17 points. That was only tied for his fourth this season of shooting only 6 of 12. But meanwhile, as we said, Richie Sanders led him with 33. But that led to BYU not doing as well. As we said, was down 55-33, but BYU managed to get back in the game, got as close as 4 with 1:11 to go, but Kansas would get more free throws to shoot and won by 8. The tougher part of the game was that they didn't have 4 minutes remaining for BYU. Tough break for Kansas tonight. They must go play at Texas Tech. Will also host, or the Jayhawks are 16-5. Texas Tech is 16-6. Kansas' number are 11, and Texas Tech is number 13, but it is at Texas Tech. So the Texas Tech definitely has the advantage, especially when Kansas has to travel to Texas Tech after just playing 2 days earlier. Players to watch out for: Melvin Council Jr., who averages 13.7 points a game. Trey White, who averages 14.8 points a game for the Jayhawks. Also, Floyd Benninga, who leads the Jayhawks in points, while Darren Peterson, also healthy, he has 21.6 and actually leads them in points, but doesn't get to play as much because of injury so much. In fact, he missed Saturday's game. Tonight, Kansas will play Texas Tech, as we said, at 8 o'clock. Missing one, Texas Tech's best player is J.T. Tiplin, the leading scorer for Texas Tech, and is capable of dominating inside, creating offense late. He has been with them for most of the consistent options. Christine Anderson is also a secondary scorer who can hit from the outside and make plays. LaJohn Watson and Devon Atoel are other scoring options for Texas Tech, and will keep pressure on the Kansas defense. Texas Tech tends to play hard at home and generates multiple spots, so watch out for their guards and creating space and shots. How Tiplin matches up against Kansas' front line. Key factors: swinging factors and rebounding, battle from three-point shooting, and who handles the pressure late will be the key. Vibe Classic Big 12 fight: Kansas defense versus Texas A&M home court edge advantage. For Kansas and Texas Tech, most sportsbooks listed Texas Tech by 4.5. I think they could be even a little closer. I got them 87-85. Again, tip between Kansas and Texas Tech at Texas Tech is at 8 o'clock. Soon we'll give you more of an update on the stadiums and teams, but we'll go back to college basketball for today. In Mizzou men's basketball game last Saturday, January 31, 2026, Mississippi State and the Tigers won, but their biggest lead was 14. They extended it to 55-41, like we said, 14 points, before Mississippi State had made a run. But Mizzou survived as Mizzou beat Mississippi State by a score of 84-79. And don't play again until next Saturday. Another news for Missouri player Sean Phillips left with an injury in ankle, not as serious as sophomore guard and honor Aaron Batang was injured during the second half of when Missouri won 84-79. He was carted off the field and probably will miss the rest of the season. That's what Dennis Gates said, that he could miss the rest of the season. Also, we mentioned Sean Phillips got hurt, but not as serious. Missouri doesn't play again until next Saturday against South Carolina. Kansas State lost over the weekend. Kansas State men's lost 95-61 to the number 8 team dash number 9 team on February 1st, 2026 in Manhattan. Throughout the game, building a big lead early and holding off Kansas State to just 61 points. As of February 2nd, 2026, Iowa State is number 7 ranked in the nation. Kansas State is coaches on the hot seat. Jerome Tang. After the loss, Iowa State. Next game for Kansas State won't be till next Saturday, February 7th, 2026 at TCU, 1 o'clock. Now we move on to Illinois. The Illini beat number 5 Nebraska 78-69. Upset is what I would say against a top 5 opponent. Freshman guard Keaton Wengler led the Illini with 28 points, including 23 in the second half, to help them pull out the upset on the road and secure the win. As we said, Illinois will play Indiana Saturday, February 15, 2026 at 6 o'clock. More on that tomorrow as Illinois plays tomorrow. Since we haven't had time to get to St. Louis as often as I would like, St. Louis is one of our following cities. And some of those followers, I'm sure, are SALU fans. And they have really played well. Against Dayton, big. Their next game will be St. Louis Billikens will play the Davidson tomorrow, February 3rd. We'll preview that game also. That game tips off at 9 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Central. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report.